Hello everyone and welcome to our course on nutrition and diet planning for optimal health. I am Dr. Urmila Pandit, a homeopathic physician with 29 years of clinical experience and a diploma in nutrition and diet planning. Over the years, I have worked extensively to help individuals achieve better health through personalized treatment and lifestyle changes. In this course, we'll explore the vital role nutrition plays in our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. We will break down the science of food, discuss practical strategies for creating balanced diets, and learn how to tailor nutrition plans to individual needs. Whether you are here to improve your personal health, support loved ones, or enhance your professional knowledge, this course will provide actionable insights for everyone. My goal is to empower you with the knowledge and tools to make informed food choices that promote long term health and prevent lifestyle related disease. Together, we'll uncover the nuances of diet planning and the transformative impact of nutrition on our lives. Let's embark on this journey to understand not just what we eat, but how we can eat smarter and live better. So, let's get started. Nutrition plays a pivotal role in maintaining and improving our health, from reducing the risk of chronic diseases to enhancing our daily energy levels. Diet planning ensures we achieve holistic well being. Today we'll dive into basics of nutrition. Nutrition is the process by which organisms obtain and use the nutrients necessary for growth, maintenance, and overall well-being. This term is commonly associated with the food we eat and its impact on our health. Food provides essential substances called nutrients. Food nutrients are divided into two groups, macronutrients and micronutrients. Let us review the detail of each nutrient. Macronutrients, these are nutrients that are required in relatively large quantities and provide energy for the body. The three primary macronutrients for humans are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Carbohydrates mainly provide energy. Grains, fruits, and vegetables are the main sources of carbohydrates. Proteins are essential for growth, repair, and maintenance of tissue, found in foods like meat, fish, legumes, and dairy products. Fats also provide energy and help in absorption of fat-soluble vitamins found in oils, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. Micronutrients, these are essential nutrients needed in smaller amounts but are crucial for various physiological functions and overall health. Micronutrients include vitamins such as vitamin A, C, D, E, and K, which play roles in immunity, vision, bone health, and antioxidant protection. Minerals like calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, and zinc, which are vital for bone health, oxygen transport, muscle function, and enzyme activity. Trace elements including iodine, selenium, copper, and manganese, which are needed in trace amounts but are essential for specific functions like thyroid hormones synthesis, antioxidant defense, and enzyme activity. Let's move to next topic, importance of nutrition. Nutrition impacts overall health and well-being. Nutrition is a key factor in health and development. A healthy diet can help with energy and vitality, improving immune system, supporting growth and development, safer pregnancy and childbirth, and longevity. Apart from this, nutrition plays fundamental role in disease prevention, providing a proactive means to protect and maintain our health. Proper nutrition is a cornerstone of preventing chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, and certain types of cancer. For instance, a diet low in saturated fats and high in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can reduce the risk of heart disease. Nutrition plays a critical role in weight management and obesity prevention. Balancing calorie intake with energy expenditure along with choosing nutrient dense foods supports healthy weight maintenance. Adequate intake of calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and other nutrients support strong bones and reduces the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. A healthy diet rich in fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics supports gut health, which is linked to immune function, digestion, and overall well being. Some research suggests that certain nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, folates, and antioxidants may play a role in reducing the risk of mental health disorders like depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Let's study how the body processes nutrients. Our body processes nutrients through a series of steps: digestion, absorption, transport, metabolism, and storage or excretion. Let me walk you through it. Digestion begins in the mouth, where chewing and saliva start breaking down food, especially carbohydrates. In the stomach, acids and enzymes further break down proteins. The real magic happens in the small intestines, where enzymes and bile break fats, proteins, and carbs into their smallest form: fatty acids, amino acids, and glucose. Once digestion is complete, the small intestine absorbs the nutrients. Tiny structure called villi help maximize absorption. Carbs become simple sugars like glucose and enter the bloodstream. Proteins turn into amino acids and follow the similar route. Fats are broken into fatty acids and glycerol, then absorbed through the lymphatic system. Vitamins and minerals are absorbed here too, each with its unique pathway. After absorption, nutrients travel through bloodstream or lymphatic system to reach different tissues. For instance, carbs, proteins, vitamins, and minerals go straight into the blood, while fats take a detour through the lymphatic system first. Inside cells, nutrients are either converted into energy or used to build and repair tissues. Glucose from the carbs powers the body. Amino acids help build muscles and tissues. Fats provide energy, storage, and fuel when needed. Vitamins and minerals assist in these processes, while water keeps everything running smoothly. The body stores excess energy as glycogen in the liver and muscles, or as fat in adipose tissues. Any waste, like excess or byproducts, is excreted through urine, sweat, or feces. Several things influences how efficiently your body absorbs nutrients. Conditions like IBS or celiac disease can reduce absorption. Enzymes and gut bacteria plays a crucial role in breaking down food. As we age, digestion slows and absorption of certain nutrients like vitamin B12 and calcium becomes less efficient. Combining foods can enhance or hinder absorption. For example, vitamin C helps absorb iron, while excess fiber can bind minerals. Fat soluble vitamins, that is A, D, E, K, need dietary fat to support properly. Phytates, which are found in grains and oxalates in spinach, can block mineral absorption. Tannins in tea and coffee reduce iron absorption. Water aids digestion and nutrient transport. Dehydration slows these processes. Some medicines like antacids reduce nutrient absorption. Oversupplementing one nutrient can compete with other for absorption. Pregnancy or hormonal changes can alter nutrient needs and absorption rates. Certain genetic traits affect how we absorb and use nutrients. Stress can harm digestion, while regular exercise improves absorption. Alcohol and smoking damage the digestive lining, reducing efficiency. Low stomach acid, common in older adults or those on acid reducing medication, impairs the absorption of minerals like calcium and magnesium. Let's take a deep dive into carbohydrates, a nutrient that plays a central role in how our bodies function every day. What do carbohydrates do for us? Carbohydrates serve several important functions. Carbs are body's main fuels. When we eat them, they are broken down into glucose, which is then used by our cells for energy. This energy powers everything from walking and thinking. Your brain runs almost entirely on glucose, which is why eating enough carbs is crucial for concentration, learning, and overall mental performance. Carbs are essential during physical activity, especially for endurance and strength. They help sustain performance during exercise. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate, supports healthy digestion by keeping things moving and nourishing beneficial gut bacteria. Where do we get carbs from? Carbohydrates come from a wide range of foods, and not all sources are created equal. Some key sources are whole grains such as oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, whole wheat. These are rich in fiber and other nutrients. Fruits such as apples, bananas, berries, mangoes, and oranges. provide natural sugars and are packed with vitamins. Vegetables, sweet potato, broccoli, carrots, leafy greens offer carbs along with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Legumes like lentils, chickpeas, beans, and soy products are great for carbs and proteins. Dairy, milk, and yogurt provide lactose, a natural sugar. Carbs are not all the same. Let's break them down. Simple carbohydrates. These are the quickest to digest and include sugars like table sugar, honey, fruit sugar, that is fructose, and milk sugar, that is lactose. They provide a rapid energy boost but can cause spikes and crashes in blood sugar if consumed in excess. Too much added sugar, like in the soft drinks and candies, can lead to weight gain, dental problems, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes and heart diseases. Complex carbohydrates, these are made of longer chains of sugar molecules, so they take longer to digest, providing a steady release of energy. Found in whole grains, vegetables, legumes, and some fruits. They are packed with nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Complex carbs help regulate blood sugar, keep you full longer, and reduce the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. Dietary fiber, a special type of carbohydrate that the body cannot fully digest, found in plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Fiber is essential for promoting healthy digestion and preventing constipation, feeding beneficial gut bacteria, which supports overall gut health, lowering cholesterol levels, and stabilizing blood sugar, reducing the risk of colorectal cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Not all carbs are created equal, so choosing the right type is the key. Prioritize complex carbohydrates. Focus on whole, minimally processed foods like whole grains, legumes, vegetables, and fruits. These provide sustained energy and essential nutrients. Limit simple sugars. Reduce added sugars in processed foods, sugary drink, and desserts. These offer little nutritional value and can harm health over time. Include fiber-rich foods. Aim for fiber-rich carbs like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes to support digestion, heart health, and weight management. Why does quality matter? Carbs are essential for our body, but the type and source of carbohydrates significantly impact health. Complex carbs and fiber keep your energy steady, help control your appetite, and lower your risk of chronic diseases. In contrast, excessive simple carbs can lead to energy crashes, weight gain, and health issues. Carbohydrates are not the enemy, they are vital for energy, brain function, and overall health. The key is to choose smart carbs, complex, nutrient dense options that fuel your body and keep you healthy. Let's explore the fascinating world of proteins and understand why they are so vital for our health and well being. Why do we need proteins? Proteins are body's workhorses. They are involved in almost every process necessary for survival. Let's break it down. First, tissue building and repair. Think of proteins as building blocks for your body. They are essential for creating and repairing tissues, whether it's muscles, bones, skin, hair, or internal organs. When you work out or recover from an injury, your body relies on proteins to rebuild and strengthen. Next, enzymes and hormones. Many enzymes, which are proteins, drive chemical reactions in body like digestion or energy production. Proteins are also foundation of hormones, the messengers that regulate growth, mood, and metabolism. Immune defense. Protein plays a role in producing antibodies, the body's defense system against infections and harmful pathogens. Transport and storage. Hemoglobin, a protein in red blood cells, carries oxygen to all parts of body. Other proteins transport nutrients like vitamins and minerals, ensuring they reach where they are needed. Energy backup. While carbohydrates and fats are your main energy sources, proteins step in during emergencies like prolonged fasting or intense exercise, providing energy when needed. Fluid balance. Proteins help maintain the body's fluid levels, ensuring cells don't lose or retain too much water. This balance prevents swelling or dehydration. Not all proteins are created equal. Some provide all essential building blocks your body needs. while other requires a bit of teamwork to complete the puzzle. So there are two types of proteins for this purpose. First is complete protein. Complete protein contain all 9 essential amino acids, the ones your body can't produce on its own. Sources are meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products like milk and cheese are excellent sources of complete proteins. Why they matter? Complete proteins are especially important for those who follow vegetarian or vegan diets. Since plant-based foods often lack one or more essential amino acids, vegetarians need to be strategic about their choices. Next is incomplete proteins. These proteins are missing one or more essential amino acids or don't provide them in sufficient amounts. Sources are plant-based foods like grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, vegetables fall into this category, making them complete. By combining different plant-based foods, you can create a complete protein. For example, beans plus rice, lentils plus seeds or nuts. Why it's important? For people who rely on plant-based proteins, variety is key. Eating a range of protein-rich plant foods ensures you get all the amino acids your body needs. Proteins aren't just a nutrient, they are a necessity. They repair, build, transport, and protect. They help you recover from illness, keep your immune system strong, and even ensure your brain and muscles function properly. And here's the best part. You don't have to overthink it. Whether you prefer plant-based or animal-based proteins, you can meet your protein needs by focusing on a balanced, varied diet. Remember, proteins are more than just what builds muscles. They are what keeps your body running. By understanding the difference between complete and incomplete proteins and making informed choices, you will ensure your body has everything it needs to function at its best. We are now going to discuss dietary fats, their types, and their effects on health. Fats often get a bad reputation, but they are an essential part of our diet. The key is understanding which fats to include and which to limit. Let's dive into the details. Let's first see types of dietary fats. First, saturated fats. Saturated fats are found in animal products like fatty cuts of meat, butter, cheese, high-fat dairy, as well as in plant-based sources like coconut and palm oil. Saturated fats have no double bonds in their structure, making them a solid at room temperature. Health impact: excessive consumption raises LDL or bad cholesterol levels, increasing the risk of heart disease and promoting inflammation. It's advisable to consume them in moderation. Next, trans fats. Sources are Trans fats are found in processed and fried foods, baked goods like cookies and pastries, and margarine made with partially hydrogenated oils. These fats are artificially created through hydrogenation, which makes unsaturated fats more solids. Trans fats are most harmful type of fat. They raise LDL cholesterol, lower HDL or good cholesterol, increase inflammation, and elevate the risk of heart disease. The recommendation is simple. Avoid trans fats entirely. Monounsaturated fats. Sources found in olive oil, avocados, nuts like almonds and cashews, and seeds such as sesame and pumpkin seeds. Monounsaturated fats have one double bond, giving them a liquid form at room temperature. These fats are heart healthy. They help lower LDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and support cardiovascular health. Polyunsaturated fats found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, flax seeds, walnuts, soybean oil, and sunflower oil. These fats have multiple double bonds, making them highly unsaturated. Key types and benefits: omega-3 fatty acids are found in fish, flax seeds, walnuts. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory and essential for heart health, brain function, and reducing chronic disease risk. Omega-6 fatty acids, they are found in vegetable oils, nuts, and seeds. Omega-6 are also essential, but an imbalance that is too much of omega-6 compared to omega-3, can promote inflammation. Health effects of fats. Saturated and trans fats both can raise LDL cholesterol levels, increase inflammation, and heighten the risk of heart disease. Trans fats in particular also lower HDL cholesterol. Monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These healthy fats lowers LDL cholesterol, improves HDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and promote heart health. Inflammation. Saturated and trans fats are inflammatory, contributing to chronic diseases like diabetes and arthritis. Monounsaturated and omega-3 fats are anti-inflammatory, reducing the risk of diabetes. Brain health. Omega-3 fats are crucial for cognitive function and reducing the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. However, excessive omega-6 fats without balancing omega-3 can be detrimental. Weight management. Saturated and trans fats can contribute to weight gain. Monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats can support weight management by promoting satiety when consumed in moderation. Let's see practical tips for a healthy diet. Focus on healthy fats from sources like olive oil, fish, nuts, seeds, and avocados. Limit saturated fats by choosing lean meats and low-fat dairy. Eliminate trans fats by avoiding processed and fried foods. Balance omega-3 and omega-6 intake by incorporating fatty fish and reducing refined vegetable oils. In summary, dietary fats are not all bad. The type of fat you consume is crucial to your overall health. Prioritize monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, moderate saturated fats, and avoid trans fats entirely. By making informed choices, you can support your heart, brain, and overall well-being. Let's explore essential vitamins and minerals, key nutrients that support our body's normal functions, from energy production to maintaining strong bones and a healthy immune system. Let's start with essential vitamins and their roles in the body. First is vitamin A, which is also called as retinol. Sources are found in liver, dairy products, fish liver oils, carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and dark leafy greens. Benefits: supports vision, immune function, and skin health. Recommended intake around 700 to 900 micrograms daily for adults, depending on the gender. Next is vitamin B complex. This is a group of 8 vitamins, each with specific function. B1, also called as thiamine, found in whole grains, nuts, seeds, and pork, help with energy production. B2, riboflavin, found in dairy, lean meats, and leafy greens, aids cells growth and energy production. B3, niacin, found in meat, poultry, and whole grains, important for nervous system and skin. B5, pantothenic acid, found in fish, grains, and legumes, critical for hormone and cholesterol production. B6, pyridoxine, found in bananas, potatoes, and fortified cereals, helps brain health and mood regulation. B7, biotin, found in egg yolks and nuts, essential for healthy hair, skin, and nails. B9, folate or folic acid, found in leafy greens and fortified grains, critical for cell repair and DNA synthesis. B12, cobalamin, found in animal products and fortified cereals, essential for red blood cell production and nerve health. Recommended intake varies for each vitamin but depends on age, gender, and health status. Vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid. Sources: citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, broccoli, and tomatoes. Benefits: boosts immunity, supports collagen production, and acts as an antioxidant. Recommended intake 75 to 90 mg per day, with more for smokers or during periods of stress. Vitamin D. Sources: fatty fish, fortified milk, cereals, egg yolks, and sunlight exposure. Benefits: supports calcium absorption for strong bones and immunity. Recommended intake 600 to 800 IU daily, increasing with age or low sun exposure. Vitamin E, that is alpha tocopherol. Sources: nuts, seeds, vegetable oils, and leafy greens. Benefits: protects cells from oxidative damage and supports immune health. Recommended intake 15 mg per day for adults. Vitamin K. Sources: leafy greens like spinach and kale, broccoli, and vegetable oils. Benefits: crucial for blood clotting and bone health. Recommended intake 90 to 120 micrograms daily for adults. Now let's move on to essential minerals that your body needs to stay strong and healthy. First is calcium. Sources: dairy products, leafy greens, fortified plant-based milk, tofu, and almonds. Benefits: maintain strong bones and teeth and supports muscle function. Recommended intake 1000 to 1200 mg per day for adults. Iron. Sources: red meat, fish, beans, spinach, and fortified cereals. Benefits: helps produce hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in blood. Recommended intake 8 to 18 mg daily, depending on gender and age. Magnesium. Sources: nuts, seeds, whole grains, leafy greens, and dark chocolate. Benefits: supports nerve function, energy production, and muscle relaxation. Recommended intake 310 to 420 mg per day for adults. Next is potassium. Sources: bananas, oranges, potatoes, avocados, spinach, and beans. Benefits: help regulate fluid balance, nerve signals, and muscle contractions. Recommended intake 2300 to 3400 mg per day. Next comes zinc. Sources: meat, poultry, seafood, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Benefits: supports immune function, wound healing, and cell growth. Recommended intake 8 to 15 mg daily for adults. While these vitamins and minerals are essential, balance is key. Over-supplementation or deficiencies can lead to health issues. For example, too little vitamin D can result in weak bones. Too much iron may cause toxicity and organ damage. Let's see few practical tips. Eat a varied diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and dairy. Opt for fortified foods if dietary sources are limited. Stay mindful of individual needs like pregnancy, age, and health conditions may require tailored adjustment. To sum up, vitamins and minerals are essential for maintaining overall health. By including a variety of nutrient-rich foods in your diet and consulting a healthcare provider when necessary, you can meet your body's needs and support a healthier, more vibrant life. We will now talk about one of the most important aspects of health, a balanced diet. Proper nutrition is the cornerstone of well-being, helping us stay healthy, grow, and keep diseases at bay. A balanced diet is one that provides all the essential nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins, water, and fiber in the right proportions to support your body's needs. Think of it as fuel for the body. Without the right balance, our bodies can't function optimally. Components of a balanced diet are macronutrients, which comprises of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Micronutrients, which includes vitamins, minerals, water, and fiber. We have studied these in the previous lectures. Now let's look at the food groups that contribute to a balanced diet. First, fruits and vegetables. They are important because they are packed with vitamins, minerals, fibers, and antioxidants to boost immunity, support heart health, and aid digestion. Examples are berries, citrus fruits, spinach, carrots, broccoli, and other colorful produce. Whole grains provide complex carbohydrates for energy along with fiber for digestive health. Examples are whole wheat, brown rice, oats, quinoa, and whole grain bread or pasta. Protein-rich foods build and repair tissues, produce enzymes and hormones, and support immune system health. Examples are chicken, fish, eggs, legumes like lentils, nuts, and dairy products. Dairy or dairy alternatives, they are rich in calcium, vitamin D, and protein, essential for strong bones and muscle function. Examples are milk, yogurt, cheese, and fortified plant-based alternatives like almond or soy milk. Healthy fats, essential for brain health, hormone production, and nutrient absorption. Examples are olive oil, avocados, seeds, nuts, and fatty fish like mackerel or sardines. Hydration keeps our body functioning by maintaining fluid balance and supporting digestion and nutrient transport. Examples, water, herbal teas, and foods with high water content like watermelon or soups. Let's see the principles of a balanced diet. To create and maintain a balanced diet, remember the following principles. First, variety. Eat a colorful mix of foods to ensure a wide range of nutrients. Moderation. Avoid excesses, especially of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. Portion control. Pay attention to serving sizes to maintain a healthy weight. Personalization. Adjust your diet to suit your age, activity level, and health conditions. A balanced diet can support energy levels and daily activities, strengthen the immune system, helping you fight off illness, reduce the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, improve mental health and cognitive function. In summary, a balanced diet is the foundation of a good health. By including a variety of food groups, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, proteins, healthy fats, and staying hydrated, you can meet your body's needs and enjoy a vibrant, energetic life. We will now discuss the principles of meal planning, focusing on two critical aspects, the nutrient ratio for a balanced diet and the importance of meal frequency and timing. A balanced diet provides the right proportions of macronutrients and includes diverse food sources to meet our nutritional needs. Let's review the recommended nutrient ratios. Carbohydrates should make up 45 to 65% of your daily calorie intake. They are the primary source of energy for your body. Protein should constitute 10 to 35% of your daily intake. Proteins are essential for muscle repair, enzyme production, and overall growth. Fat should account for 20 to 35% of your daily calorie intake. Healthy fats support cell function, hormone production, and energy reserves. These percentages are guidelines and can vary based on factors such as age, weight, activity level, and specific health goals. You can use an online macronutrient calculator. The link is provided there in the slide to determine how many grams of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats you should consume daily based on your individual requirements. A balanced diet also includes a variety of foods from all major food groups. Fruits and vegetables rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Grains, a source of energy and dietary fiber, preferably whole grains. Protein sources include lean meats, fish, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Dairy products or alternatives for calcium, protein, and vitamin D. Let's see meal frequency and timing. Now let's discuss how to structure your meals throughout the day and importance of timing. Aim for consistent meal times such as breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks if needed. Regular eating patterns help regulate hunger, maintain steady energy levels, and prevent overeating. Ensure that each meal includes a balance of macronutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, along with micronutrients, that is, vitamins and minerals. A well-rounded meal supports sustained energy and overall nutrition. Plan meals and snacks according to your daily activities. Example, if mornings are hectic, consider preparing breakfast at night or having a portable option like overnight oats or protein smoothie. Pre and post workout nutrition. If you exercise, plan small meals or snacks containing carbohydrates and proteins around your workouts. These nutrients help fuel your activity and aid in muscle recovery. Mindful eating. Pay attention to hunger and fullness cues. Eat when you are hungry and stop eating when you feel satisfied rather than eating out of boredom or emotion. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Water is essential for digestion, nutrient transport, and maintaining energy levels. Try to drink water with each meal and snack. Skipping meals can disrupt blood sugar levels, lead to nutrient deficiencies, and result in overeating later in the day. Instead, aim for balanced meals at regular intervals. Focus on nutritional quality of your food rather than rigid meal schedules or exact timing. Nutrient-dense choices such as fresh produce, whole grains, and lean proteins are a key to supporting health. So conclusion is the principles of meal planning emphasize the importance of a balanced diet, regular eating patterns, and mindful choices. By understanding the ideal nutrient ratios and planning meals to suit your schedule and needs, you can achieve a healthier and more sustainable lifestyle. Remember, meal planning is not about perfection, but about making informed, consistent choices that align with your health goals. Let's see how to plan for special diets. Planning for special diets requires careful consideration of nutrient needs, food alternatives, and potential sources of deficiencies. Here's a guide for planning vegetarian and vegan diets, as well as addressing gluten-free, dairy-free, and other dietary restrictions. Let's see vegetarian diet. Vegetarian diet excludes meat and seafood, but may include animal products like dairy, eggs, and honey. Key nutrients to consider are proteins, iron, vitamin B12, calcium, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acid. Food sources are plant-based proteins such as legumes, that is beans, lentils, chickpeas, then tofu, tempeh, dairy products, eggs, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Let's see meal ideas. Vegetarian meals can include vegetable stir fries with tofu, lentil soup, bean chili, quinoa salads, vegetable curries, and omelets with vegetable and cheese. Now let's see vegan diets. Excludes all animal products including meat, seafood, dairy, eggs, and honey. Nutrients to consider are protein, iron, vitamin B12, calcium, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin D. Food sources are plant-based alternatives such as legumes, tofu, tempeh, nuts, seeds, whole grains, fortified plant-based milk, that is soy milk or almond milk, fortified foods, that is nutritional cereals, and plant-based sources of omega-3s like flaxseed, chia seeds, and walnuts. Vegan meals can include chickpea curry, quinoa bowls, and roasted vegetables, black bean burgers, lentil salads, vegetable stir fries with tofu, and plant-based smoothies with fortified milk alternatives. Gluten-free diet. Avoid gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, rye, and their derivatives. Key nutrients to consider are fiber, iron, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and folate. Food sources are naturally gluten-free grains like rice, quinoa, millet, corn, oats, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and gluten-free grains and flours. Meal ideas. Gluten-free meals can include grilled chicken with quinoa and roasted vegetables, shrimp stir fry with rice noodles, lentil soup with gluten-free bread, salads with gluten-free grains, and gluten-free pasta with tomato sauce and vegetables. Dairy-free diet. Avoids dairy products like milk, cheese, yogurt, and butter due to lactose intolerance, milk allergy, or dietary preference. Key nutrients to consider are calcium, vitamin D, B12, protein, and omega-3 fatty acids. Plant-based milk alternatives, that is soy milk, almond milk, coconut milk, fortified plant-based yogurts and cheeses, leafy greens, tofu, fortified cereals, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Meal ideas are dairy-free meals can include oatmeal with almond milk and berries, tofu, scramble with vegetables, quinoa bowls with roasted vegetables and tahini dressings, smoothies with plant-based milk and salads with avocado instead of cheese. Other dietary restrictions, example nut-free or soy-free. Avoid specific allergens or intolerances like nuts, soy, eggs, or other ingredients. Key nutrients to consider varies depending on the restrictions, such as protein alternatives for nut-free diets or calcium sources for soy-free diets. Depending on the restrictions, alternatives can include seeds instead of nuts, legumes or meat substitute instead of soy, and fortified foods to replace specific nutrients. Tailored meals based on specific dietary restrictions, substituting ingredients as needed to meet nutritional needs while avoiding allergens or intolerances. When planning for special diets, it's essential to ensure a varied and balanced diet intake of nutrients by incorporating a wide range of whole foods, plant-based proteins, fortified alternatives, and nutrient-dense ingredients. Consulting with a healthcare provider or registered dietitian can provide personalized guidance and support for individuals and dietary restrictions or specific nutritional needs. Let's see nutrition for infants and children, focusing on changing nutritional needs during early life stages, breastfeeding versus formula feeding, and the introduction of solid foods. Let's start with breastfeeding versus formula feeding. Let's see first the benefits of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding provides optimal nutrition and immune system support, contains antibodies, enzymes, nutrients for healthy growth and development, promotes emotional bonding between mother and baby. Nutritional composition rich in carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and immune protective antibodies. Example IgA. Recommendation: who recommends exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months, continued breastfeeding alongside complementary foods up to 2 years or beyond. Formula feeding. The benefits of formula feeding are they provide suitable alternative when breastfeeding is not possible, formulated to meet infants' nutritional needs. Nutritional composition of formula feeding includes essential carbohydrates, proteins, that is whey and casein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Recommendations: use infant formulas recommended by healthcare providers based on the baby's age, health, and needs. Let's see introduction of solid foods. This begins around 6 months as per the WHO and AAP guidelines. Signs of readiness: good head control and ability to sit with support, interest in food, loss of tongue thrust reflex. Types of solid foods: iron-rich foods, iron-fortified cereals, pureed meat, and cooked legumes. Vegetables and fruits: mashed or pureed vegetables such as carrots, peas, and fruits such as bananas, apples. Textures: begin with smooth purees and progress to thicker mashed foods as chewing develops. Avoid allergenic food. Introduce potential allergens. Example: peanuts, eggs, gradually while monitoring for reactions. Avoid sugars and salt. Offer natural, unseasoned foods to establish healthy habits. Feeding practices: respond to hunger and fullness cues. Encourage self-feeding as motor skills develop. Introduce one food at a time, waiting a few days to watch for allergies. Foster a positive, relaxed atmosphere. Offer a variety of tastes and textures to encourage exploration. Include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, proteins, and healthy fats for growth and development. Breast milk or formula remains the primary nutrition sources during the first year, and solids complementing the diet. Conclusion: infants and young children have unique nutritional needs during critical growth stages. Breastfeeding or formula feeding combined with gradual introduction of solid foods lays the foundation for lifelong health and good eating habits. Parents should consult healthcare providers or personalized advice and support. Let's move on to nutrition for adolescents and adults. Nutritional needs are different during the growth and development phases. So let's start with adolescent. Adolescents experience rapid growth and development, leading to increased energy needs. Caloric intake should support growth, physical activity, and metabolic demands. Adequate protein intake is crucial for muscle development, hormone production, and overall health and growth. Good sources include lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Calcium and vitamin D are also vital in these groups. These are essential for bone health and development during adolescence. Source includes dairy products, fortified plant-based milk, leafy greens, almonds, and exposure to the sunlight for vitamin D synthesis. Iron is important for cognitive function, energy production, and oxygen transport. Iron-rich foods include lean meats, poultry, fish, fortified cereals, legumes, and dark leafy vegetables. Healthy fats. Omega-3 fatty acids are beneficial for brain health, cognitive function. Sources include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, flaxseed, chia seeds, walnuts, and avocado. Fruits and vegetables. This provide essential vitamins, minerals, fibers, and antioxidants. Encourage a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables daily. Let's see nutrition in adults, that is age 19 and above. Caloric needs vary based on age, gender, activity level, and health status. A balanced diet should include adequate carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats to meet energy needs and support overall health. Maintain adequate protein intake for muscle maintenance, repair, and immune functions. Continue to prioritize bone health through calcium-rich foods like dairy products, fortified plant-based leafy greens, and vitamin D from sunlight or supplement. Fiber is also essential for digestive health, satiety, and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Include whole grains, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds in diet. Healthy fats. Choose unsaturated fats from sources like olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish to support heart health and cognitive function. Maintain adequate hydration by drinking water throughout the day and limiting sugary beverages. Now let's see what are the common nutritional challenges. First is poor dietary choices. Fast food, processed snacks, sugary beverages, and high-fat food contribute to excessive caloric intake, nutrition deficiencies, and weight gain. Encourage mindful eating and balanced meal planning. Skipping meals or irregular eating patterns. Skipping meals or erratic eating habits can lead to nutrient imbalances, low energy levels, and overeating later in the day. Encourage regular meals and snacks to maintain energy and support overall health. Nutrient deficiencies. Inadequate intake of essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and fiber can lead to deficiencies and health issues. Encourage a varied diet rich in food such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Sedentary lifestyle. Lack of physical activity contributes to weight gain, muscle loss, and overall health decline. Promote regular exercise and physical activity for cardiovascular health, muscle strength, and mental well-being. Disordered eating habits. Eating disorders such as extreme dieting or unhealthy relationships with food can lead to serious health consequences. Encourage positive body image, self-care, and seeking professional help if needed. Nutrition during pregnancy and lactation. Pregnant and lactating women have increased nutrient needs to support fetal development, lactation, and maternity health. Encourage prenatal vitamins, balanced meals, and regular prenatal care. Addressing these challenges requires education, awareness, and behavior change strategies. Encourage individuals to make informed food choices, prioritize balanced meals, engage in regular physical activity, and seek support from healthcare professionals for registered dietitians for personalized guidance and support. Let's see next, nutrition for older adults. Age-related changes in nutrient requirement. As people age, their metabolism typically slows down, leading to decreased calorie needs. However, nutrient density remains crucial to meet essential nutrient requirements. Older adults may require slightly higher protein intake to support muscle maintenance, repair, and overall health. Aim for lean sources of protein such as poultry, fish, beans, legumes, eggs, and dairy products. Bone health becomes increasingly important as individuals age. Adequate calcium intake from sources like dairy, fortified plant-based milk, leafy greens, and vitamin D from sunlight, fortified food supplements are essential for maintaining bone density and preventing osteoporosis. Older adults may have reduced absorption of vitamin B12, which is important for nerve function and red blood cell production. Include sources like fortified foods, lean meats, fish, eggs, and dairy products in the diet. Adequate fiber intake from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds is important for digestive health, regular bowel movements, and reducing the risk of constipation. Older adults may have a decreased sense of thirst leading to dehydration. Encourage regular fluid intake through water, herbal teas, soups, fruits, and vegetables. Strategies for healthy aging. Balanced diet. Encourage a balanced diet rich in nutrient dense foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Limit processed food, added sugar, and sodium. Practice portion control to avoid overeating and maintain a healthy weight. Use smaller plates, bowls, and utensils to help manage portions. Engage in regular exercise and physical activity to maintain muscle strength, flexibility, balance, and cardiovascular health. Activities like walking, swimming, yoga, and strength training are beneficial. Maintain social connection and engage in activities that promote mental stimulation, emotional well-being, and a sense of purpose. Stay connected with friends, family, and community groups. Schedule regular health checkups, screenings, and vaccinations to monitor and manage health conditions, prevent diseases, and maintain overall well-being. Practice mindful eating by paying attention to hunger and fullness cues, savoring flavors, avoiding distraction during meals. Focus on enjoying nutritious foods that nourish the body. Use stress management techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, yoga, hobbies, and relaxation techniques to reduce stress levels and promote mental well being. Aim for adequate and restful sleep each night to support cognitive function, mood, energy levels, and overall health. By focusing on nutrient rich food, physical activity, social engagement, stress management, and regular health monitoring, older adults can support healthy aging, maintain independence, and enhance their quality of life. Nutrition plays a vital role in supporting women's health throughout their lives. Here is a guide to nutrition for females covering various life stages and specific nutrient consideration. Let's start with nutrition during adolescence and early adulthood. Adolescents and young women have increased energy needs due to growth, development, and physical activity. Adequate intake of macronutrients and micronutrients support overall health and well-being. Iron is crucial for young women to prevent iron deficiency anemia. Calcium is essential for bone health and development. Protein supports muscle development, hormone production, and overall growth. Healthy fats provide essential fatty acids and support heart health, brain function, and hormone balance. Adequate fiber promotes digestive health, satiety, and weight management. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water and consuming hydrating foods. Nutrition during reproductive years, that is age 20 to 50. Folate, that is folic acid, is important for every woman of childbearing age to prevent neural tube defect in infants. Sources include fortified cereals, leafy greens, legumes, and supplements such as recommended by healthcare providers. Vitamin D is essential for bone health, immune function, and overall well-being. Get sunlight exposure and include vitamin D rich foods like fortified dairy, fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified plant-based milk. Omega-3 fatty acids are beneficial for heart health, brain function, and reducing inflammation. Maintain calcium intake for bone health uh, through dairy products. Magnesium supports bone health, muscle function, and energy production. Sources include nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, and leafy greens. Consume a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene, and phytonutrients to support immune function, skin health, and disease prevention. Let's see nutritional during menopause and beyond. Maintain calcium intake to support bone health and prevent osteoporosis. Consider supplements if needed. Vitamin D is important for calcium absorption and bone health. Adequate fiber intake supports digestive health, manages cholesterol levels, and promotes satiety. Stay hydrated. Maintain protein intake to support muscle maintenance, hormone balance, and overall health. Monitor iron levels to prevent iron deficiency anemia. B vitamin, including B12 and folate, are important for energy production, nerve function, and red blood cell formation. Omega 3s continue to support heart health, brain function, and inflammation management. General nutrition tips for women include a variety of foods from all food groups to ensure a balanced intake of nutrients. Practice mindful eating and portion control to maintain a healthy weight and prevent overeating. Reduce intake of sugary beverages, processed foods, and high sodium foods for heart health and overall well being. Engage in regular physical activity and exercise for cardiovascular health, muscle strength, and mental well being. Use stress management techniques like meditation, yoga, hobbies, and relaxation to reduce stress levels and promote mental health. Schedule regular health checkups, screening, and consultation with healthcare providers for preventive and care and management of health conditions. Let's move to next topic, weight management and dietary guidelines. Here is guide to understanding body weight and health, including BMI, that is body mass index, and body composition, as well as the health risks associated with obesity and underweight. Understanding BMI and body composition. What is BMI? BMI is a measure of body fat based on height and weight. It's calculated using the following formula. In metric units, BMI is calculated as weight in kgs divided by height in square meters. In US units, BMI is equal to weight in pounds divided by height square inches multiplied by 703. Here's few steps to calculate BMI. Convert weight to kilograms. If your weight is in pounds, divided by 2.20462 to get the weight in kilograms. If convert height to meters, if your height is in inches, divided by 39.3701 to get the height in meters. Calculate BMI. Plug the converted weight and height values into the BMI formula. How to interpret BMI? BMI is categorized in different sections such as underweight, normal weight, overweight, obesity, class 1 obesity, class 2 extreme obesity, which is called as class 3. So BMI less than 18.5 is underweight. BMI between 18.5 to 24.9 is normal weight. Between 25 to 29.9 is overweight. Between 30 to 34.9 is class 1 obesity. 35 to 39.9 is class 2 obesity. Equal to or more than 40 is class 3, that is extreme obesity. While BMI provides a general indication of weight status, it may not account for differences in body composition like muscle mass versus fat mass or individual variation in the health. Body composition. Body composition refers to the proportion of fat mass, muscle mass, bone mass, and water in the body. It provides a more accurate assessment of overall health and fitness than BMI alone. Methods of assessing body composition include bioelectrical impedance analysis, that is BIA, dual energy, X-ray absorptiometry, DEXA, skin fold measurements, and underwater weighing. Health risks associated with obesity and underweight. Health risks associated with obesity are cardiovascular health. Obesity is associated with increased risk of heart health, high blood pressure, that is hypertension, stroke, and atherosclerosis, that is narrowing of arteries due to plaque buildup. Excess body fat can lead to elevated cholesterol levels, triglycerides, and inflammation, contributing to cardiovascular complications. Obesity is a major risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes. Excess body fat, especially visceral fat, around organs can impair insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism. Metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions including abdominal obesity, high blood pressure, high abnormal lipid levels. It increases the risk of heart diseases, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Excess weight puts strains on joints, leading to joint pain, osteoarthritis, and reduced mobility. Obesity increases the risk of sleep apnea, a condition characterized by pauses in breathing during sleep, leading to daytime fatigue and cardiovascular complications. Obesity is linked to depression, anxiety, low self esteem, and body image issues. Social stigma and discrimination based on weight can also impact mental well being. Now, let's see health risks associated with underweight. Nutritional deficiencies. Underweight individuals may have inadequate nutrient intake, leading to deficiencies in vitamins, minerals, and essential nutrients. Malnutrition can impair immune function, bone health, and overall well being. Insufficient body weight and low bone density increases risk of osteoporosis and fracture. Women who are underweight may experience irregular menstrual cycles, fertility issues, and hormonal imbalances. Lack of muscle mass and strength can lead to weakness, fatigue, and impaired physical function. Underweight individuals may have weakened immune systems, making them more susceptible to infections and illnesses. Maintaining a healthy weight and lifestyle. Focus on balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Monitor portion sizes and avoid excessive calorie intake. Engage in regular exercise and physical activity to support cardiovascular health, muscle strength, and overall well being. Get adequate sleep, manage stress, stay hydrated, and avoid smoking or excessive alcohol consumption. Regular health checkups, screening, and consultations with healthcare providers can help monitor weight, assess health risk, and provide guidance for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Consider individual factors such as age, genetics, medical history, and lifestyle preferences when addressing weight management and overall health goal. We will discuss healthy weight loss and gain, focusing on sustainable weight management strategies and importance of physical activity. Strategies for sustainable weight management: set realistic goals. Establish achievable weight loss or gain goals based on health status and lifestyle. Aim for gradual long-term changes rather than drastic, unsustainable measures. Balanced nutrition. Focus on variety of nutrient-dense foods rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Avoid extreme diets, excessive calorie restriction, or eliminating entire food groups. Mindful eating. Pay attention to hunger cues. Eat slowly and savor flavors. Avoid emotional eating, eating while distracted, or consuming food due to stress or boredom. Portion control. Monitor portion sizes to prevent overeating. Use smaller plates and utensils to help with portion awareness. Regular meals and snacks. Maintain a consistent eating schedule to avoid excessive hunger. Avoid skipping meals, which can lead to overeating later. Hydration. Drink sufficient water throughout the day. Limit sugary drinks, alcohol, and high calorie beverages. Physical activity. Incorporate regular exercise for weight management and overall health. Include a mix of cardiovascular, strength, flexibility, and balance exercises. Sleep and stress management. Prioritize quality sleep to regulate metabolism and appetite. Manage stress through relaxation techniques, mindfulness, or physical activity. Behavioral changes. Identify and address unhealthy eating behaviors and emotional triggers. Seek support from professionals, family, or support groups if needed. Monitor progress. Track weight, body composition, and habits. Celebrate progress and make necessary adjustment. Importance of physical activity. Calorie expenditure. helps burn calories and supports weight loss when combined with a balanced diet, increase energy expenditure and fat oxidation that will boost your metabolism, muscle maintenance, strength training preserves lean muscle mass, which enhances metabolism. Cardiovascular health, aerobic activities like walking, jogging, and cycling improve heart and lung function. Mental well being, exercise releases endorphins, reduces stress, and improves mood. Bone health, weight bearing exercises support bone density and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. Long term health benefits, regular physical activity lowers the risk of chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension. Tips for incorporating physical activity. Find activities you enjoy. Choose activities you like dancing, hiking, yoga, to stay motivated. Start small and gradually increase intensity, duration, and frequency. Vary your workouts to stay engaged and target different muscle groups. Define specific fitness goals such as walking a set distance or increasing flexibility. Schedule workouts as part of your daily routine. Avoid overexertion and adjust workouts to prevent injury. Work with friends, join fitness classes, or seek professional guidance for motivation. Sustainable weight management requires realistic goal, balanced nutrition, mindful eating, physical activity, and behavioral changes. Regular exercise supports metabolism, mental health, and long-term well-being. By making gradual, healthy lifestyle adjustment, individuals can achieve and maintain a healthy weight. Let's see dietary guidelines and recommendations. National Dietary Guidelines provides evidence-based recommendations for healthy eating and nutrition. These guidelines are developed by health authorities and organizations to promote optimal health and prevent chronic diseases and address nutritional needs across different age groups and populations. Here's an overview of national dietary guidelines and how they can be interpreted and applied in the meal planning. United States US Dietary Guidelines for Americans, updated every 5 years in by the US Department of Agriculture USDA and the Department of Health and Human Services HHS, emphasizes a balanced diet with a focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Recommends limited added sugar, sodium, saturated fats, and trans fats. Encourages calorie balance, portion control, physical activity, and moderation in the food and beverages choices. Canada's Food Guide, revised in 2019 by Health Canada, emphasizes plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based proteins. Recommends water as the primary beverage, limiting processed foods high in sodium, sugar, and saturated fats. Promotes mindful eating, cooking at home, and enjoying meals with family and friends. United Kingdom Eat Well Guide, developed by Public Health England (PHE), recommends a balanced diet with a variety of fruits, vegetables, starchy carbohydrates, proteins including beans, pulses, fish, eggs, dairy or dairy alternatives, and small amount of unsaturated oils and spreads. Advises limiting sugar, salt, and saturated fats and staying hydrated with water. Australian Dietary Guidelines, developed by National Health and Medical Research Council NHMRC, emphasizes the importance of varied diet and plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean meats, fish, legumes, and dairy or alternatives. Recommends limiting discretionary foods high in added sugars, salt, and saturated fats. Encourages regular physical activity and maintaining a healthy body weight. Interpretation and application in meal planning. Use the dietary guidelines as a framework to create balanced meals that include a variety of food groups. Aim to fill half your plate with fruits and vegetables, one quarter with lean proteins, and one quarter with whole grains and or starchy vegetables. Pay attention to portion sizes and serving recommendations. Use measuring tools, visual cues, and mindful eating practices to avoid oversized portions and promote satiety. Choose nutrient dense foods that provide essential vitamins, minerals, fibers, and phytonutrients. Include a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats in your meals. Reduce intake of food and beverages high in added sugar, salt, and sodium. Opt for natural sources of sweetness like fruits and flavors like herbs and spices, and use minimal salt in cooking. Use healthy cooking methods such as baking, grilling, steaming, sauteing, or roasting instead of frying. Limit added fats, oils, and sauces, and choose unsaturated fats like olive oil or avocado oil. Drink plenty of water throughout the day and limit sugary drinks, sodas, and high calorie beverages. Herbal teas, infused water, and sparkling water can be refreshing alternatives. Plan meals ahead of time. Batch cook nutritious foods and pack healthy snacks for on the go convenience. Involve family members in the meal planning and preparation to encourage healthier eating habits. Practice mindful eating by focusing on hunger cues, slowing down during meals, savoring flavors, and avoiding distractions such as TV or screens to promote mindful eating and enjoyment of food. Pair healthy eating with regular physical activity to support overall health, weight management, and well being. Engage in activities you enjoy, such as walking, jogging, cycling, dancing, or strength training. By applying national dietary guidelines in meal planning and adopting healthy eating habits, you can promote optimal nutrition, support overall health, prevent chronic diseases, and enjoy a balanced and satisfying diet. Flexibility, variety, and moderation are the key principles for long term success in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Nutrition plays critical role in maintaining overall health and preventing a range of chronic health conditions. Poor dietary habits combined with a sedentary lifestyle are major contributors to conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, and heart diseases, and other nutrition related illnesses. Let's see overview of the conditions, their connections to diet, and strategies for prevention of under management. Diabetes can be managed with proper nutrition. Manage blood sugar with low glycemic index foods, portion control, and high fiber diets. Focus on healthy fats and limit refined sugars. For hypertension, reduce salt intake less than 1500 milligram per day and consume potassium rich foods like bananas and spinach. Follow the DASH diet, emphasize fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. For heart diseases, replace saturated and trans fats with unsaturated fats. Example from olive oil and fish. Include omega 3 fatty acids, whole grains, and antioxidant rich fruits and vegetables. For obesity, focus on calorie control, nutrient dense foods, and limiting added sugars and unhealthy fats. Establish regular balanced meal patterns to support weight management. Balanced diet rich in antioxidant, vitamins, and minerals reduce the disease risk. Tailored nutrition plans, example DASH for hypertension, low carb for diabetes, improve health outcomes and promote weight management. A nutritious whole food based diet combined with regular physical activity is essential for preventing and managing chronic conditions. Specialized diets are tailored to manage specific health conditions and improve overall well being. These diets address unique nutritional needs and help mitigate disease progression or symptoms. Low sodium diets are designed to manage hypertension, heart failure, kidney diseases by reducing sodium intake, which helps lower blood pressure and reduce fluid retention. Low sugar diets focus on controlling blood glucose levels primarily for diabetes management by limiting added sugars and refined carbohydrates. Other therapeutic diets like include low fat, gluten free or allergen specific plans for managing conditions like celiac disease, high cholesterol or food intolerance. Nutrition support for chronic conditions focuses on providing tailored dietary strategies to manage symptoms, slow disease progression, and improve overall quality of life. It is collaborative approach involving healthcare providers, dietitians, and patients. Key components of nutrition support is individualized dietary plan, management of symptoms, by adjusting macronutrients, micronutrients intake to elevate symptoms like limiting protein for kidney disease or increasing fiber for gut health, addressing deficiencies or excesses caused by condition or treatment, promoting organ functions by diets tailored to support the affected organs, encouraging nutrient-dense foods to enhance healing and maintain energy levels, reducing inflammation and oxidative stress by emphasizing on antioxidant-rich fruits or foods, prevention of malnutrition, ensure adequate calorie and protein intake, especially for conditions like cancer or chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases where malnutrition risk is high, chronic conditions and nutrition focus, as we discussed for diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, renal diseases, cancer. Proper nutrition helps manage chronic conditions effectively, prevent complication, and enhances overall health and well-being. Regular monitoring and adjustment ensure dietary plans remain aligned with the patient's evolving needs. Sports nutrition focuses on optimizing dietary strategies to support physical performance, enhance recovery, and improve overall health for athletes and active individuals. Nutritional needs for physical activity are different. Macronutrients requirement: carbohydrates is the primary energy source for physical activity. Daily intake of carbohydrates should be around 3 to 10 gram per kg of body weight depending on activity intensity. Carbohydrates is mainly found in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and starchy foods. Protein requirement: protein is essential for muscle repair, recovery, and growth. Daily intake should be 1.2 to 2 grams per kg of body weight, adjusted for activity level. Fats are the sources of long-lasting energy, particularly for endurance activities. Daily intake should be 20 to 35% of total calories, focusing on healthy fats. Example, avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oils. Micronutrient requirements: iron supports oxygen transport and energy metabolism. Calcium and vitamin D strengthens bone and prevent injuries. Vitamin B aid energy production and red blood cell formation. Magnesium and zinc support muscles function and recovery. Hydration is essential to prevent fatigue, maintain performance, and regulate body temperature. 500 to 600 ml water 2 to 3 hours before exercise, or 150 to 300 ml water every 20 minutes during exercise. Replace fluid loss post exercise. Electrolytes: sodium, potassium, and magnesium help maintain fluid balance and prevent cramps. It's found in sports drink, bananas, coconut water, and electrolyte supplements. Pre and post workout nutrition. Nutrition around workouts significantly impact energy levels, performance, recovery, and overall fitness progress. A well planned pre and post workout diet supports optimal performance and accelerates muscle repair and recovery, fueling workouts for optimal performance. Goals for pre workout nutrition: provide sustained energy for exercise, prevent fatigue and muscle breakdown, optimize focus, stamina, and performance. Key principles are timing. Eat a balanced meal 1 to 3 hours before exercise to allow proper digestion. For short term energy boost, a light snack 30 to 60 minutes prior may help. Macronutrients composition: carbohydrates, primary source of most workouts. Complex carbs, example oats, whole grains, provide sustained energy. Simple carbs are ideal for quick energy before short workouts. Proteins to be included in moderate amount to reduce muscle breakdown. Keep minimal fats. High fat meals can slow digestion and cause discomfort. Drink 500 to 600 ml of water 2 to 3 hours before exercise. Sip 150 to 250 ml 15 to 30 minutes before starting. Example of pre-workout meals: 2 to 3 hours before exercise. Take oatmeal with almond butter and banana, or brown rice with grilled tofu and steamed broccoli, or whole grain toast with peanut butter and sliced apple. 30 to 60 minutes before exercise, a banana or apple. with a small handful of nuts, a smoothie made with low-fat yogurt, fruit and spinach, a rice cake with a thin layer of nut butter. Goals for post-workout nutrition: replenish glycogen stores depleted during exercise, repair and rebuild muscle tissue, rehydrate and restore electrolyte balance. Consume a meal or snack within 30 minutes to 2 hours post-exercise for optimal recovery. The anabolic window, that is immediate period after exercise, is crucial for maximizing glycogen and protein synthesis. Macronutrients composition: carbohydrates help replenish glycogen stores, use simple carbs for quick recovery. Proteins will support muscle repair and growth. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of high quality protein. Fats: include healthy fats in moderate amounts to avoid delaying nutrient absorption. Replace fluid lost through sweat by drinking water or electrolyte infused beverages. Rehydrate with 1.5 times the weight lost during exercise. Weigh yourself before and after the exercise. Let's see few examples of post-workout meals. Carb protein combination: grilled chicken or tofu with quinoa and roasted vegetables. A smoothie with protein powder, almond milk, frozen fruit, and spinach. Greek yogurt with honey and mixed berries. Sweet potato with a boiled egg or cottage cheese. Snacks for quick recovery: banana with a protein shake. Whole grain crackers with hummus. Rice cakes topped with avocado and boiled eggs. Hydration is critical component of pre and post workout nutrition. During exercise, the body loses fluid and electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium through sweat. Post exercise, drink water or sports drink to restore hydration and electrolyte balance. Coconut water, bananas, and sports drinks are good options for replenishment. Nutrient ratios for pre and post workout meals. For pre workout, carb requirement is 60 to 70%, proteins is 10 to 20%, fats is 10 to 20%. Post workout, carbs 2 to 3 grams per kg of body weight, proteins 0.25 to 0.4 grams per kg of body weight. Consideration: type of exercise. For endurance training, prioritize carbs for energy, focus on carb replenishment post-workout. Strength training, balance protein and carbs, emphasize protein post-workout for muscle repair. For individual preferences, adjust meal timing and composition based on tolerance, goals, and training intensity. Vegetarian or vegans can opt for plant-based proteins like tofu, lentils, and plant-based protein powders. Supplements and ergogenic aids. This section explores the role of dietary supplements and ergogenic aids in enhancing athletic performance, recovery, and overall health. It also emphasizes safety, evidence-based usage, and individualized consideration. Common supplements in sport nutrition are protein supplements, support muscle repair, growth, and recovery. Types are whey protein, a fast digesting complete protein ideal for post-workout recovery. Casein protein, slow digesting, suitable for sustained protein release, often consumed before sleep. Plant-based proteins options like pea, rice, or soy protein for vegetarians or those with dairy intolerance. Usage: commonly used to meet protein intake goals, especially in high demand training phases. Creatine monohydrate, purpose is enhance strength, power, and muscle performance during high intensity activities. Mechanism of action is increases phosphocreatine stores, providing rapid energy for short bursts of intense exercise. Evidence well supported by research as one of the most effective performance enhancers. Branched chain amino acids (BCAAs). Components are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Purpose is to reduce muscle soreness, prevent muscle breakdown, and support recovery. Usage: often used during or after prolonged workouts. Caffeine. Purpose is to boost focus, endurance, and energy levels. Mechanism of action is stimulates the central nervous system, reducing the perception of fatigue. Consumed as coffee, tea, or caffeine supplements before workouts. Beta-alanine. Purpose is delay muscle fatigue during high-intensity exercises by buffering lactic acid. Mechanism is increases muscle carnosine levels, enhancing endurance and performance. Usage beneficial for activities lasting 1 to 4 minutes, such as sprinting or high-intensity interval training, that is HIIT. Electrolyte and hydration mixes. Purpose is replenish lost minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium during prolonged or intense workouts. Usage is found in sports drink, electrolyte tablets, or powders to maintain hydration and prevent cramping. Omega-3 fatty acids. Purpose is to reduce inflammation, improve joint health, and support cardiovascular health. Sources are fish oil or plant-based algae supplements. Vitamins and mineral supplements. Purpose is to address specific deficiencies such as iron for anemia, calcium for bone health, or magnesium for muscle functions. Usage tailored to individual needs based on dietary intake and activity levels. Safety and effectiveness consideration. Evidence-based usage. Use supplements that are scientifically proven to be effective. Evaluate personal tolerance and effectiveness through trial and monitoring. Choose supplements certified by organizations like NSF certified for sport, informed choice, or USP to ensure purity and safety. Be cautious of unregulated supplements that may contain banned or harmful substances. Monitor for adverse reactions such as bloating from creatinine or jitters from excessive caffeine. Consult a healthcare provider for compatibility with medication or pre-existing conditions. Follow manufacturer or professional guidelines to avoid overuse for and the recommended dosage. Use supplements appropriately. Example, protein post-workout, caffeine pre-workout for maximum effectiveness. The supplement industry is not strictly regulated in many countries, so buyer vigilance is crucial. Supplements should address specific needs or deficiencies, not replace a balanced diet. Athletes should seek advice from sports, dietitian, or healthcare professionals for personalized recommendation. Caution with ergogenic aids. Ergogenic aids are substances or devices used to improve athletic performance. Example include caffeine, creatine, and beta-alanine. While many are safe and effective, others like anabolic steroids or unverified supplements pose serious health risk and may violate anti-doping regulations. Supplements and ergogenic aids can be valuable tools in sports nutrition when used appropriately. However, they must be complemented a balanced diet and training regimen, not substitute for them. Emphasizing safety, quality, and scientific evidence ensures their responsible use for optimal performance and recovery. Let's see nutritional counseling and education. Nutritional counseling is a structured approach that helps individuals make informed decisions about their dietary choices, adopt healthier eating habits, and manage or prevent nutrition related health issues. The goal of nutritional counseling is to support individuals in improving their health and well being through personalized nutrition advice and behavior change strategies. Let's see the detailed principles of nutritional counseling, focusing on assessing dietary intake and habits as well as setting realistic goals and action plans. Assessing dietary intake and habits. The first step in nutritional counseling is to assess the individual's current dietary habits, preferences, and nutritional needs. This comprehensive assessment provides insights into their eating pattern, nutrient intake, and potential areas for improvement. Steps in assessing dietary intake. Dietary history. Interview. A counselor conducts an open conversation to understand the client's usual eating habits, meal timings, food preferences, and any emotional or social influences on their food choices. The individual records their food intake over a specified period, usually 3 to 7 days, providing a snapshot of typical eating patterns. This can be done using paper logs or digital tools. 24-hour dietary recall. The individual recalls everything they ate and drank in the past 24 hours. This can highlight patterns of over or under consumption of certain food groups. Nutrient intake evaluation, macro and micronutrient breakdown. Evaluate the intake of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins. This step may involve using food composition databases or nutrition analysis software to determine if the person's diet meets their nutritional needs. Evaluate portion sizes and meal composition to determine whether they align with health goals or dietary recommendations. Assessment of health conditions. Identify any existing health conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, or obesity that may require special dietary modifications. Review medications, supplements, and allergies as they can influence dietary requirements or restrict certain foods. Lifestyle factors. Assess the individual's activity level to better understand their energy needs. Address emotional or cultural factors influencing food choices such as stress eating or food preferences based on culture or tradition. Tools and techniques for assessment. Food Frequency Questionnaire (FFQ), a tool that asks about frequency of consumption of various food groups over a certain period, example daily, weekly, etc. Nutrition assessment software or apps. Digital tools like MyFitnessPal, Chronometer, or USDA Super Tracker can help track and analyze food intake. Anthropometric measurements, measuring weight, height, body mass index, waist circumference, etc., to assess body composition and obesity risk. Setting realistic goals and action plans. Goal setting is a critical part in nutritional counseling to provide direction and motivation for making dietary changes. Goals should be personalized, achievable, and focused on long term health improvement. Steps in setting realistic goals. Goals must be clear and specific. For example, instead of saying, I want to eat healthier, a specific goal could be, I will eat 2 servings of vegetables at lunch and dinner every day. Goals should be measurable to track progress. For example, I will reduce my sodium intake by 500 milligram daily, or I will drink 8 glasses of water a day. Goals should be within the individual's capabilities and lifestyle. Setting overly ambitious goals may lead to frustration. For example, if someone's usual intake of vegetables is 1 serving per day, a realistic goal could be increasing to 2 servings. The goal should align with the person's personal health objectives and challenges. For instance, someone with high blood pressure might set a goal to reduce sodium intake to manage their condition better. Goals should have a clear timeline. For example, I will reduce my sugar intake under 25 grams per day in 3 weeks, gives a clear target and deadline. Creating an action plan. An action plan breaks down goals into actionable steps and provide a clear roadmap to achieving them. Actionable steps. For each goal, outline specific actions that can be taken daily or weekly to make progress. For example, if the goal is to eat more vegetables, actionable steps might include plan meals to incorporate vegetables, buy fresh or frozen vegetables to ensure they are available, find simple recipes that make vegetables more appealing or easier to prepare. Behavioral strategies. Motivational interviewing. This technique helps individuals explore and resolve ambivalence about making dietary changes by focusing on their intrinsic motivations and goals. Cognitive behavioral therapy. This approach addresses emotional and psychological triggers that may lead to unhealthy eating patterns such as stress or boredom. Habit formation helps individuals create new habits by starting with small manageable changes that can gradually become part of their routine. Support system, social support, encourage the involvement of family members or friends to enhance adherence to dietary changes. Support groups or online communities can also help maintain motivation. Professional support, recommend follow up counseling sessions or consultations with other healthcare providers like a registered dietitian, fitness trainer, or physician. Tracking progress, regular check ins, set follow up appointments to monitor progress, adjust goals, and provide motivation. Record keeping, encourage individuals to track their food intake, emotions, and progress. Digital apps or journals are useful tools for this. Behavior modification and relapse prevention. Anticipate challenges. Help individuals identify potential barriers to success. Example, time constraints, dining out, cravings, and plan strategies to overcome them. Flexible and adaptable plans. Understand the setbacks may happen and that individuals can learn from them rather than be discouraged. Celebrate success. Acknowledge small wins and improvement to maintain motivation and reinforce positive behavior. Communication and motivational interview. Effective communication and motivational interview are key techniques used in nutritional counseling to facilitate behavior change and support individuals in achieving their dietary goals. Effective communication is essential for building trust, understanding, and supportive relationship between the counselor and the client. It helps create a safe space for clients to share their concerns, goals, and challenges. Active listening, paying full attention to the speaker, acknowledging their words, and responding thoughtfully. Application help counselors understand clients' motivations, fears, and barriers, leading to more personalized and empathetic responses. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Demonstrating empathy builds rapport, making clients feel heard and supported. It's crucial in helping them open about their habits and struggles. Non judgmental attitude, approaching clients' behaviors and choices without criticism or judgment. A non judgmental attitude encourages honesty and openness, fostering a collaborative relationship where the client feels respected and empowered. Clear and simple language, using straightforward, jargon free language that is easy to understand. Complex nutrition information should be broken down into digestible pieces, ensuring clients can easily understand and act on advice. Open ended questions. Asking questions that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no encourages deeper conversation and self reflection, helping the client explore their thoughts and feelings about food and health behaviors. Encouraging behavior change. Motivational interviewing is a client centered counseling style that focuses on encouraging and facilitating behavior change through collaboration rather than confrontation. MI principles are understand the client's perspective without judgment, show that you respect their choices and struggles, help client recognize the differences between their current behaviors and their health goals. This gap can motivate change by highlighting the benefits of modifying behavior. Instead of arguing or confronting resistance, counselors should adapt their approach. Resistance is seen as a natural part of the process and should be explored, not forced. Build the client's confidence in their ability to make positive changes. Reinforce their strength and successes to encourage continued efforts. Collaboratively set small achievable goals that are realistic and tailored to clients' lifestyle. Break goals into manageable steps and allow flexibility. Encourage clients to adjust their plans as needed, ensuring long term sustainability. Enhancing motivation, encourage clients to make their own decision about changes to their diet, giving them a sense of control. Reinforce positive behaviors by acknowledging progress and strengths. Celebrate even small successes to keep motivation high. Behavioral strategies encourage clients to track their food intake, emotions, and progress. This helps them stay accountable and reflect on their choices. Help clients identify barriers to their goals, example, time, stress, and develop practical solutions to overcome them. Encourage clients to involve family, friends, or support groups to strengthen their commitment to change. Effective communication and motivational interviewing are foundational to successful nutritional counseling. By using empathetic listening, clear communication, and MI techniques, counselors can support clients in exploring their motivation, recognizing discrepancies in their behaviors, and building confidence in making sustainable dietary changes. These strategies foster a collaborative relationship that empowers clients to take charge of their health and achieve their long term nutrition goals. Nutrition education and promotion involve strategies to increase awareness and knowledge about healthy eating, improve dietary habits, and empower individuals to make informed food choices. This section focuses on creating effective educational material and role of public health campaigns and initiatives. Creating educational materials. The goal of creating educational materials is to provide clear, accessible, and actionable information that can guide individuals in making healthier food choices. Understand the specific needs, literacy levels, and preferences of the target population, example, children, elderly, low income groups. Tailor materials to ensure cultural sensitivity, relevance, and understanding. Content development. Focus on core messages such as importance of balanced diet, portion control, and role of specific nutrients in health. Include actionable advice like meal planning, reading food labels, and preparing healthy meals. Use infographics, charts, and diagrams to simplify complex concepts. Visual tools like food pyramids or plates can help illustrate portion sizes and food group distribution. Provide easy to follow recipes and meal ideas that reflect the dietary guidelines and emphasize nutrient dense foods. Format and delivery. Brochures, pamphlets, posters, and booklets for community outreach. Websites, social media, and mobile apps to share interactive content, videos, and resources. Live or virtual seminars, cooking demonstrations, and interactive lessons to engage communities. Use simple, clear language free of jargon. Consider language translation and visual aids for audiences with different literacy levels or non native speakers. Public health campaigns and initiatives. Public health campaigns and initiatives aim to promote long term dietary behavior changes at the community or population level, often addressing widespread health issues. Campaign design. Define specific health goals such as reducing obesity rates, promoting fruits and vegetables consumption, or lowering salt intake. Identify key behaviors to target, such as healthy snacking, increasing physical activity, or reducing processed food consumption. Use various media outlets like TV, radio, social media, billboards to ensure the messages reach a broad audience. Evidence based messages. Base campaigns on credible research and data. Messages should be scientifically accurate and resonate with the target audience. Highlight the health benefits of dietary changes, example, reducing heart disease risk by lowering sodium intake, improving energy levels through balanced meals. Collaborations and partnerships. Partner with schools, workplace, healthcare providers, and non government organizations, NGOs, to amplify the campaign's reach. Engage influencers, community leaders, and health professionals to increase trust and credibility. Evaluation and feedback. Monitor impact. Track metrics such as changes in knowledge, attitude, and behaviors within the target population. Adjust campaigns. Use feedback and data to adjust messages, materials, and strategies for improving effectiveness. Successful examples: 5 a day campaign encourages individuals to eat 5 servings of fruit and vegetables daily to prevent chronic diseases. Healthy Eating for a Healthy Heart campaign targets reducing sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats in daily diets to lower cardiovascular risk. Childhood obesity prevention campaigns educate parents, caregivers, and children about healthier food choices and the importance of physical activity. Nutrition, education, and promotion play a crucial role in fostering healthier eating behaviors. By creating tailored educational materials and conducting public health campaigns, individuals and communities can gain knowledge, motivation, and resources needed to make better food choices. Effective public health initiatives grounded in evidence based strategies and collaborations can lead to significant improvement in dietary habits and overall population health. Let us move on to the next topic, fad diets and nutrition myths. Trends in nutrition often lead to the rise of fad diets and widespread misconceptions that can mislead people and impact their health. It is essential to critically evaluate these trends and separate evidence based advice from myths and unproven claims. Let us debunk some misconceptions. Myth: carbs can make you weight gain. Reality is, carbohydrates are body's primary energy source and are essential for overall health. The issue lies in the type of and quantity of carbs consumed. Refined carbs like white bread, sugary snacks can lead to weight gain when eaten in excess, but complex carbs, example are whole grains, vegetables, provide essential nutrients and should be included in a balanced diet. Myth: detox diets cleanse your body. Reality is the body has natural detox systems, that is liver, kidneys, that efficiently filter and eliminate toxins. Fat detox diets or juice cleanses often lead to nutrient deficiencies and can be harmful, especially if done for extended period. Myth: fat-free or low-fat foods are always healthier. Reality is, while reducing excess fat intake, particularly unhealthy fats, is important, many fat-free or low-fat products compensate with added sugars or artificial ingredients to improve flavor, which can be detrimental to health. Myth is eating late at night leads to weight gain. Reality: the timing of meals is less important than overall calorie intake and food choices. Weight gain occurs when there is a consistent calorie surplus, not merely for eating at night. Myth: gluten-free diets are healthier for everyone. Reality is, gluten-free diets are necessary for people with celiac diseases and or gluten sensitivity. However, for most individuals without these conditions, there is no evidence that gluten-free diet offers health benefits and may lead to nutrient deficiencies if not properly balanced. Evaluating diet trends for validity. Diet trends often become popular due to media hype, celebrity endorsements, or quick results. However, not all of them are based on scientific evidences. Evaluating these trends critically is essential to determine their validity. Common diet trends like keto diet. The ketogenic diet emphasizes high fat, moderate protein, and very low carbohydrate intake to force the body into ketosis where it burns fat or energy. While the keto diet may help with short-term weight loss, it may be unsustainable in long term and can lead to nutrient deficiencies, kidney problems, and other health issues if not properly managed. The diet lacks long-term research on its effects on overall health. Intermittent fasting. This eating pattern involves cycling between periods of eating and fasting, such as fasting for 16 hours and eating within an 8-hour window. Intermittent fasting has shown promise in some studies for weight loss and metabolic health, but its long-term effectiveness and safety are still under investigation. It may not be suitable for individuals with certain medical conditions such as diabetes or eating disorders. Paleo diet. The paleo diet advocates eating foods that would have been available to our pre-agricultural ancestors, including meats, fish, fruits, vegetables, and nuts, while excluding grains, legumes, and processed foods. While the diet encourages whole foods and reduces processed food, it can be overly restrictive and lacks scientific evidence that it leads to superior health outcomes. Excluding entire food groups like grains and legumes can lead to nutrient imbalances. Vegan or plant-based diets. These diets eliminate animal products, focusing on plant-based foods like vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Vegan and plant-based diets are associated with lower risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and certain cancers when properly planned. However, they may require careful attention to ensure adequate intake of nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, omega-3 fatty acids, and proteins. Raw food diet. This diet involves eating raw, unprocessed foods such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, with the belief that cooking destroys nutrients and enzymes. While raw foods are nutrient dense, some foods like tomatoes, carrots, and spinach provide more nutrients when cooked. The raw food can be low in protein and calories, making it challenging to meet the nutritional needs. Let's see the most important topic: sustainable nutrition practices. Sustainable nutrition practices aim to promote diets that not only support personal health but also have a positive impact on environment. This involves making food choices that reduce ecological footprints and support the long-term health of the planet while considering the nutritional needs of individuals. The food we consume has significant impact on environment. Key factors contributing to the environmental footprint of the food include greenhouse gas emission. Animal agriculture, particularly livestock farming, is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, especially methane from ruminants like cows. The production of meat and dairy requires large amounts of land, water, and energy, leading to higher carbon prints. Land and water use. Producing meat, especially beef and lamb, requires extensive land for grazing and growing feed crops, which contribute to deforestation and habitat loss. Additionally, livestock farming uses large quantities of water for animals and crops. Food waste. A significant portion of the food produced is wasted either during production, transportation, or in homes. Reducing food waste is an essential strategy for minimizing environmental harm. Energy and resources in the food production. High resource use in the production, processing, packaging, and transportation of foods, especially processed and packaged foods, further contributes to environmental degradation. To reduce the environmental impact of food choices, individuals can choose local and seasonal produce to reduce transportation emissions, opt for plant-based foods that require fewer resources to produce and have lower carbon footprint, reduce food waste through better planning and portion control. Plant-based diets are widely considered more environmentally sustainable compared to diets rich in animal products. This is because plant-based foods typically require fewer resources like water, land, energy, and result in lower emissions. Key benefits of plant-based diets and sustainable agriculture include lower carbon footprint. Plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts produce lower greenhouse gases compared to animal based foods. Shifting to a plant based diet can significantly reduce an individual's carbon footprint. Reduced resource use. Growing plants typically require less land, water, and energy than raising animals for food. For example, producing plant based protein sources like beans or lentils uses much less water and land than producing beef or pork. Biodiversity preservations. Plant-based diets support more sustainable farming practices such as rotation and organic farming, which can help preserve biodiversity. These methods reduce soil degradation and promote healthier ecosystem compared to industrial animal farming. Healthier soil and reduced pollution. Sustainable agriculture practices such as organic farming focus on reducing the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides which are harmful to the environment and human health. These practices improve soil and health and reduce water pollution. Supporting local and sustainable farming. Plant-based diets can support local, small-scale and organic farms that use sustainable practice, reducing reliance eh, on industrial agriculture, which is a major driver of environmental degradation. Sustainable nutrition practices emphasize the importance of making food choices that support both human health and environmental sustainability. By opting for plant-based diets and reducing the environmental impact of food choices, individuals can contribute to a healthier planet while improving their overall well-being. Sustainable agriculture practices, including local and organic farming, further support these goals, offering a holistic approach to the food production and consumption. Let's see ethical consideration in nutrition. Ethics in nutrition emphasizes fairness, inclusivity, and respect for diverse needs while addressing systemic barriers like food insecurity and limited access to healthy food. Food justice advocates for equitable access to nutritious, affordable, and culturally appropriate food. Food insecurity affects marginalized communities, leading to malnutrition and chronic disease risks. Improving access requires initiatives like community supported agriculture, urban gardening, and government programs, example SNAP, food banks. Ethical role nutritionists must support policies promoting food justice and provide education and resources to underserved populations. Cultural competence in nutrition counseling. Understanding cultural differences, nutrition guidance should align with cultural and dietary preferences. Building trust. Respecting dietary restrictions, example halal, kosher, fosters compliance. Inclusive communication. Avoid stereotype and collaborate with clients on culturally relevant food choices. ongoing education. Professionals should continuously learn about global cuisines and cultural dietary practices. Ethical nutrition ensures equitable access to healthy food and culturally competent counseling. By addressing food insecurity and respecting dietary diversity, nutrition professionals help bridge health disparities and promote overall well-being. Now we are going to see diet planning, which is the most important part in nutrition and diet planning. And in this, we'll be first calculating the daily calorie requirement. The slides are self-explanatory. Go through all the slides. Also, there are various requirements during the various phases of life, followed by few case studies. So go through all the slides. Thank you.